Tasha Cobbs Leonard, the powerhouse voice that changed gospel music forever. Her songs have healed millions, her worship has touched the heavens, and her story, one of faith, pain, and strength, has inspired the world. But behind the radiant smile and those soul-stirring notes lies a woman who has battled rumors, criticism, and personal trials that very few could ever understand. And now, at 44, Tasha has finally decided to break her silence and accept the truth behind all those rumors that have followed her for years. Cut to clips of fans, concerts, and interviews. For over a decade, Tasha Cobbs Leonard has stood as one of gospel music's brightest lights. Songs like Break Every Chain, For Your Glory, and Gracefully Broken have echoed in churches, homes, and hearts around the globe. But fame often comes at a price. Even as her career reached unimaginable heights, whispers began to circulate. Whispers about her personal life, her marriage, her ministry, and even her health. Some claimed that Tasha's success came with compromises. Others accused her of changing too much after her collaborations with mainstream artists. And a few even said she had lost her anointing. For years, Tasha stayed silent. She focused on her calling, on her music, and on her faith. But silence can only last for so long, especially when the world keeps watching. Slow instrumental music builds. Then came a powerful moment that no one saw coming. In a recent live interview, Tasha looked straight into the camera and said something that stunned everyone. "I can't keep pretending that words don't hurt. I've heard everything people said about me. And you know what? Some of it was true." Those words sent shockwaves across the gospel community. Fans were stunned. Critics were silenced. And suddenly, everyone wanted to know, what did Tasha mean by that? What truth was she finally admitting after all these years? Let's go back to the beginning. Tasha grew up surrounded by faith. Her father, Bishop Fritz Cobbs, was her first teacher and her spiritual covering. He saw something divine in her even as a little girl. When he passed away in 2014, Tasha was devastated. But instead of letting grief destroy her, she poured her heart into worship. It was during that season that Break Every Chain became an anthem of freedom for millions, and a personal cry for her own healing. But behind the scenes, life was far from perfect. Tasha faced a battle that few could see: severe depression and anxiety. In an emotional interview years later, she admitted, "I was leading worship while feeling completely empty inside. I'd come off stage, go back to my hotel room, and cry for hours." Her openness shocked many who thought gospel singers lived perfect, faith-filled lives. But Tasha's vulnerability became her strength. Still, rumors followed. Some people said her struggles were a sign of weakness. Others accused her of using her pain for publicity. But Tasha never fought back. She let her music speak for her. Now, years later, she's finally ready to face those old wounds, and she's not holding anything back. In that same interview, Tasha revealed something deeply personal. "Yes, I've been broken. Yes, I've made mistakes. Yes, I've doubted God. But through it all, His grace kept me. I'm not ashamed of any part of my journey anymore." Those words marked a turning point, not just in her life, but in her ministry. Because for the first time, Tasha wasn't just the voice behind the worship songs. She was the testimony behind them. As her confessions spread across social media, fans and fellow gospel artists began to speak up. Many praised her courage. Others expressed shock that someone so anointed could have suffered so silently. But for Tasha, the goal wasn't to shock anyone. It was to set herself free. "You can't minister freedom if you're living in bondage," she said. "I had to confront my truth before I could keep singing about it." It was a brave declaration, one that revealed the heart behind her worship. Rumors had long swirled around her marriage to musician Kenneth Leonard Jr. Some claimed the two were struggling. Others speculated they were just keeping up appearances. But when Tasha addressed it, she did so with love and honesty. "Marriage is not perfect," she said, "but Kenneth has been my rock. We've cried together, prayed together, and fought for each other. We are proof that love can survive the storm." Her transparency silenced much of the gossip. Fans began to see that behind the glamour of gospel music were real people, with real pain and real faith. And perhaps the most powerful part of Tasha's confession came when she addressed her critics directly. People said I changed. And they were right. I did. I'm not the same woman I was 10 years ago. I've grown. I've healed. I've learned to love myself the way God